While main guides and tutorials on the internet attempt to teach HTML using a lot of mind-boggling theories or languages that isn't easy to understand, this tutorial will instead focus on giving you the practical skills and knowledge to enable you kickstart your career in web development with much easy and simple language to understand, as I will be focusing on beginners level perspective. By the end of this tutorial series, you will have mastered the fundamental concept of HTML and have the knowledge you require to create basic website with much ease, and I hope this will inspire you to delve further into the world of web development and programming. Why should you learn HTML? Good people, learning HTML is a necessity for web developers and a good skill for all other professionals to have. Web developers are in high demand, and HTML is a great skill to have in your tool belt if you decide to look for a new job in the future. Learning HTML can provide tremendous value to people working in tech, as well as to those who are running their own businesses or managing a website, or even marketers. HTML can help you build your own unique website, as you will no longer have to wait for your IT team or hire a web developer for the same. Last but not least, knowing HTML helps you collaborate more effectively with technical teams. For example, being familiar with HTML helps you to understand your technical teammates are on the same page when working on a certain web project. Who is this tutorial for? This tutorial is for absolute beginner, someone who has no any prior knowledge of web design and development or any prior knowledge of programming. As much as web designers don't necessarily need to have coding knowledge web developers have, they should at least have some basic understanding of HTML and web coding that will allow designers to create plans that uphold functionality and avoid aesthetic choices that will cause significant code challenges. That said, what are we going to cover in this tutorial series of learning HTML? To answer that, in the first lesson, you will be understanding the prerequisite for learning HTML and tools you require to make you achieve the purpose. In second lesson, I will be showing you how to prepare and set up VS Code for learning HTML, one of my favorite coding editor and what most developers do use. It is by Microsoft, it's a free tool, and it's pretty awesome. In third lesson, we'll introduce you to HTML to help you get started with it, and I will cover some topics such as what is HTML and World Wide Web, understanding whether HTML is a programming language or not, look at HTML elements, HTML attributes, whether to use single or double quotes, structure of an HTML document, white spaces in HTML, how to include special characters in HTML, and last but not least, how to use HTML content. Good people, in fourth lesson, we will be looking at HTML head element and how to include metadata in HTML document. Topics we will cover here include how to add title in HTML document, specifying your HTML document metadata, adding custom icon to a HTML web page, adding CSS to a HTML document, and lastly, setting the primary language of your HTML document. In lesson 5, you will appreciate learning about HTML text fundamentals and cover some basics such as heading and paragraph, implementing structural hierarchy in HTML document, Why do we need structure and semantic? Also be looking at HTML list, such as ordered list, unordered list, and description list, and also learn how to emphasize some text in HTML document, quotation, abbreviation, and how to format contact details using HTML element. In lesson 6, we'll introduce you to HTML hyperlink and look at some topics such as what is hyperlink, how to add extra information to links, understanding URLs and file paths, document fragments, absolute versus relative URLs, email links, and finish lesson by looking at link-based practices. In lesson 7, we'll learn how to structure HTML document using semantic tags. Basic section of HTML document, HTML elements for structuring content, that's semantic versus non-semantic, line breaks, horizontal rules, and also look at planning a simple HTML website. In lesson 8, you will gain an understanding on the tips of how to debug and validate HTML code. We will be learning how to embed images in HTML document and annotating them with figures and captions, and also look at CSS background images. In lesson 10, we will look at how to embed video and audio content into a web page using video and audio elements. In lesson 11, good people, we look at other embedding technologies such as iframe, embed, and object elements. In lesson 12, we will learn about how to have HTML responsive images and how to create them, and also understand importance of having HTML responsive images in web page. In lesson 13, we'll introduce you to HTML basics, to HTML table basics. Example, what's a table? How does a table work? When you should and you should not use HTML tables, how to create your first HTML table, and look at other elements associated with HTML tables. We'll also look at nesting HTML tables. In lesson 14, we will be looking at HTML form, its attribute, and elements and input types. Last but not least, we will end this lesson of HTML course for absolute beginners by creating a simple website using the knowledge acquired from the entire course. The crash course will touch on all the above topics I've highlighted, and if you follow me to the end, you will have mastered most basic fundamentals of HTML and will be ready to create your own first website. Before beginning of each video, we'll be sharing with you objectives of the lesson that I expect you to have mastered once the video is completed. We'll also be sharing links to important resources and other related videos in each and every video description, and also highlight various chapters of each video so that you may jump to the exact section of the video that interests you. Good people, my name is Anwar Mulombi from Mulan Technologies, and I'll be taking you through this complete course of learning HTML for absolute beginners. If you have not subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell icon to get notified whenever I upload a video in this series in the coming days. Leave your comments below in the comment section, and if you find this is the kind of content you've been looking for, share this video to help your friends know about it. See you in my first lesson, where I'll be teaching about understanding prerequisites for learning HTML and tools you may require for you to achieve your purpose.